This is a tutorial on patients in Intelicode 11. To add a patient, click on the text box just below the patient ID heading. Type in the patient ID. Press the Tab key and type the first name of the patient. Then press the Tab key again and type in the last name of the patient. Enter the patient's gender by clicking on either male or female. Enter the patient's date of birth by typing in the month, day, and year. Or you can also enter it by clicking on the drop-down arrow on the right side of the text box just beneath the date of birth heading. Select the date from the calendar display. Save the new patient by clicking on the Save button. To select a record, click anywhere on the patient's row in the table. To select multiple records that are contiguous within the current table display, click on the first record. Then hold down the Shift key and select the last record in the range. To select multiple records that are not contiguous within the current table display, click on the first record, then hold down the Control key while selecting the other records individually. To delete patients, select the patient record or records you wish to delete. Click the Delete button, then click Yes to confirm. To edit a patient, select the patient record that you wish to edit by clicking anywhere on the patient's row in the table. To change the data, click on the text box corresponding to the field that needs to be changed. Then change the text as needed. To edit the date of birth, simply click on the text box and type it in the month, day, year format. Or you can also edit it by clicking on the drop-down arrow on the right side of the text box just beneath the date of birth heading. Select the date from the calendar display. Save your changes by clicking on the Save button. To search, choose the field that you would like to search on by clicking on the preferred field name just above the long text box next to the search heading. Next, click on that long text box and begin typing your search. Intelicode begins selecting records as you type. To send another office, select the patient record or records you want to be sent to the patient table in another office. Click the Send to Another Office button. The Pick Office pop-up window will appear. Select the office that you would like to send this record to. Click OK to send the record. The patients remain in this office and are now copied to the patient table in the other office selected. If there's a patient ID from the current office that is the same as a patient ID from one of the selected offices, you'll be asked if you want to overwrite. The All option will tell Intelicode to overwrite any and all patient records from this point forward in the process that have a patient ID that matches a patient ID in the current patient table. The None option will tell Intelicode not to overwrite any patient records for this particular copy from this point forward in the process. The Yes option will tell Intelicode to overwrite this one particular patient record and only this one. The No option will tell Intelicode to not overwrite this one particular patient record. If there are any more duplicate records, you will be asked the question again pertaining to each one of the other records, so long as you click No or Yes. The Cancel option will stop the entire send process. To copy from another office, click the Copy from Another Office button. Select the office or offices from which you wish to copy all of its patient records, then click OK. The patient records from the above office or offices you selected are now a part of your current office's patient table. If there is a patient ID from the selected office or offices that is the same as a patient ID from your current patient table, you'll be asked if you want to overwrite. The All option will tell Intelicode to overwrite any and all patient records from this point forward in the process that have a patient ID that matches a patient ID in the office from which you are copying. The None option will tell Intelicode not to overwrite any patient records from this particular copy from this point forward in the process. The Yes option will tell Intelicode to overwrite this one particular patient record and only this one. The No option will tell Intelicode to not overwrite this one particular patient record. If there are any more duplicate records, you'll be asked the question again pertaining to each of the other records, so long as you click Yes or No. The Cancel option will stop the entire copy process. Need to import from a file? You can import patients from a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, or from a comma-separated file. Click on the Import from File button. The open window will pop up. Browse to the location of the file that you wish to import. Using the drop-down box in the lower right portion of the open window, choose the file type of the file you wish to import. Next, select the file by clicking on it. Click the Open button to import the file. You will be asked the question, does this file have headers? If the top row in your spreadsheet or CSV file is made up of column headings, click Yes. Otherwise, click No. If you clicked Yes, you will have the opportunity to match up the fields in your file to the static patient table fields. Read the text in the light blue box at the bottom of the Import Fields window for further instructions. Click OK when you are confident that the fields are matched up properly. If you click No, you will need to match up the column name to the column in your data. You can do this by right-clicking on a field and matching it up to the number of the order in which it appears in your data. The order begins with 0. Your imported data will appear in the table. If you'd like to export your patient table to a comma-separated file, click the Export to File button. Browse the location in which you would like to save your exported CSV file. Type in a file name for this file in the text box to the right of the file name heading toward the bottom of the window. Click Save to save the CSV file. When you are finished with the patient screen, click on a different maintenance table from the menu on the left side of the screen, or click Close to close the management screen.